Heyo, Thalion here, and welcome back to the shadows that run alongside our car. This is a visual novel about two people in the zombie apocalypse. I actually did Shelby's route on the channel quite a while back, so now I'm going to do Dustin's, I believe. I'd kind of set this game down for a while and forgotten about it, but I wanted to get back to it, and I thought it would be good to record. By the way, if you're wondering why my hair is wet, it's because I got out of the shower just a few minutes ago, which apparently I do at 3 a.m. because my life is in shambles. But with that addressed, let's go and see Dustin. Gun it! By the way, I'm not sure how much of this is going to be repeated. I imagine all spoken dialogue will be similar, but it should be pretty interweaved with new material. I put the pedal to the floor. The wheels screech as we pull out into the lane. The car swerves, but it doesn't really matter. There's no one else out here as far as the eye can see. The abandoned station shrinks behind us until it's gone. And then it's just us and the long road. Well, this is an awkward silence. The world outside the windows passes by us in abstract, like the whole world's given up on having any meaning. Well, that's poetic and also kind of sad. We drive in silence. Oh, well, that's nice. Oh, so it's really interesting to see her roll down the window, and you know what she's thinking from the other route, which is interesting. After a while, I hear the faint buzzing of the power window being rolled down. You sure that's a good idea? It's not like zombies are just gonna hurl themselves at a moving car. Fair enough. Well, that was a thrilling conversation. So it's really interesting, because he's thinking about making a conversation with her, while at the same time, we know she's, like, worried about would a zombie actually throw itself at a car? So, guess this is kind of strange to be asking after 3 whole days, but, what's your name, anyway? Right, we never did introduce ourselves. It's... what's her name? It's Shelby. Shelby. Well, nice to meet you, then, Shelby. Name's Dustin. Okay. I love his derpy smile. And it's gone. Bye. His eyes are now lifeless again. Ah. The car shudders briefly as we rumble over a series of potholes, but then the road smooths again. The humming of the engine reminds me of a storm brewing far off on the horizon. Beyond the occasional noises, we sit in silence. He's a lot more poetic than Shelby, I feel. I feel like Shelby was a lot more down-to-earth, a lot more thinking about what was actually going on, whereas he likes to do allegory and similes and metaphors. So, what were you doing before everything happened? Oh. Wow, that's the first time she's actually started a conversation. Guess I'm not so intimidating after all. What was I doing? God, what was I? A whole lot of nothing. I bet that sounds super impressive, huh? Just a scruffy drifter. Aww. Not so sure she wants to hear that. I... dodge the question or bend the truth. So, this is interesting. In the route for Shelby... so there are obviously, like, some canonical choices between the two routes, because in the route for Shelby, I bent the truth, I imagine, or Dustin bent the truth, because he talked about how he sort of did a little bit of everything. So what about dodge the question? You know, this and that. I never really settled into one thing in particular. Oh, never mind. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have dodged the question. I thought I wanted to get the unique dialogue. What about you? This is your ride. Yeah, well, it's really my dad's car. Or was. Even when he was alive, though, I was the only one who ever drove it. Ah, I guess he didn't. Sorry, never mind. It's okay, the booze would have killed him eventually anyway. That's awkward. I should have bent the truth. I should have opened up a little. Pretty quiet in here, huh? Surprisingly, not much noise at the end of the world. Do you think there's any radio stations left? Oh, this is where you get the mariachi. I'd be pretty shocked if so. Reckon couldn't hurt to look, though. Oh, this is interesting. I love seeing things through different eyes. She's fiddling with the dial. I'm pretty sure we're not going to find anything. Static comes in and out in waves. Every so often... I hate that my mic is in the way. Every so often, the distortion gives the illusion of actual sound, but then it goes right back to nothingness. Just then, though... hang on a sec. Go back down. I think I actually heard something. The noise phases in and out. Then, as something comes into auditory focus... I love it. This is hell. This is the hell that the world has chosen for itself. Is that mariachi? I can't contain myself. The sound is unmistakable. horns blaring joyously over the static in a sick fanfare while a man's voice wails soulfully over it. I'm laughing so hard I nearly pissed myself. Shelby's nearly there too. That was not what I was expecting. Who the hell's out there running this? Of all the music that would be left. Man. I sink back into the driver's seat, letting my mind drift to the music. The dissonance is almost comforting. As the fractured chords wash over me, I try to pretend I'm lounging in a truck bed somewhere. Out in the sun, mid-afternoon, shirt damp and dirty from a hard day's work. For a moment, I almost believe it. The music falls short for a few seconds before starting up again. Wait, isn't this the same song again? It's probably on an endless loop, because why wouldn't it be? Sure seems that way. Oh, guess it's just ghosts on the waves after all. And the undead aren't exactly interested in DJing. What do you think a zombie'd even listen to? Is death metal too obvious of an answer? Rob Zombie? Or maybe they're all into baby metal these days. I don't know. I think the Grateful Dead seem more apt. You know, I've always wondered this, but what are they grateful for exactly? Maybe they finally found themselves some peace. Peace, huh? I wish they'd let the rest of us have some. Ain't so bad right now, anyway. Well, except for that. I shake my hand at the radio controls. So what are you into anyway? So this is talking about the music. She likes Alanis Morissette, top 40 hits. You don't tell me it's baby metal. Will you judge me if I say I actually haven't heard of them? No, that might be for the best. What do you listen to then? Most people look at me and expect me to be in the Stones or Marley or something, but... well, you're probably gonna judge me more for this. Try me. ABBA. And... just as I thought, she starts laughing at my expense. It's really funny to because his face is so stoic. It's really funny to be in his thoughts here. It's a nice sound, though. Oh, I'm not gonna be poetic and say that it sounds like music or anything like that. You've been poetic about everything else, though. Still, it's good to hear. Told you. No, it's fine. Their music's catchy. I mean, my parents listen to ABBA, but it's fine. Your parents? Yeesh. How old are you anyway? You seem a bit young for Alanis. How old do you think I am? I'm pretty sure there is no right answer to that question. Except for that one. I'm 22. Shit. God, that's so young. She's practically a kid. How old are you? You don't seem like you'd be that old. She's practically a kid? What was I doing when I was 22? Still wasting my life, I reckon. Oh, so he's so cheery on the outside and so social on the outside, but he's so depressed about what he's done with his life on the inside. Wonder if she's even been to school. That young and the whole damn world is crashing down around her. I try not to make a face, but I can see my knuckles going white as my fingers grip harder into the wheel. The music's kind of similar to ABBA, isn't it? All peppy and stuff. You should be happy to have it. That's sure an optimistic take on it. Alright, enough of you. Aww. I reach down and turn the volume knob to a sharp left and the radio blissfully goes silent. Farewell, wailing man. Farewell. Now it's just us again. Did you ever expect things to end up this way? It's getting dark, huh? The sun sets so late in the summer. Oh, ignoring me, huh? Sore topic, huh? Oh, I don't know what to say. Sore topic? I guess she doesn't want to think about it. I can't say I blame her. I'm a bit surprised we still have any light at all at this hour. Especially without the streetlights and all. It's like the sky's just been saving it up. Looks a bit like a dying fire. Kinda fitting for the end of the world. Oh, it's nighttime. So you never really told me what it is that you do. I mean, it doesn't have to be a job or anything, but well, What do you like to do? Or what did you do before everything? Actually, I worked a lot. I didn't really have time for much other than that. I would wake up, shower, go to work, have a lunch break, back to work, get off work, eat dinner, and watch TV for a few minutes before passing out. And then the whole thing would start over again in the morning. That was about it. I guess that'd be most people's story. It's tough out there. Was tough. Probably tougher now. All kind of pointless in the end, isn't it? You work your damn tail off and everything goes to pot anyway. And you just wonder why you didn't spend your time better, you know? Yeah. But I guess that doesn't matter either way. So what about you? I'm sure you didn't spend all your time listening to ABBA. Ah. I used to travel a lot, looking for work and stuff. I suppose you could call me a bit of a nomad. Well, that sure is lofty. Oh man, that sounds really cliche. He's trying like, he wants to express himself. He views himself so negatively. But he can't, like, but when he's talking to her, he doesn't want her to know that. Oh boy, that sounds a bit really cliche. Not really, it sort of suits you. To tell the truth, I haven't really had much purpose in a while. I've just been getting by. When you can't find something to do, you sort of lose yourself. It gets to a pretty dark place. Got to the point I used to wish I could just take a vacation from life. Guess I got my wish, didn't I? Wishes never do come true the way you expect them to, huh? Yeah, monkey's paw. I don't think she knows I've noticed, but she's been pressing at her gut a lot. Yeah, he knows what's up. He knows that she was injured. Wonder if she's still alright. Since I first ran into her, she's been in a rough way, and I'm not sure it's gotten much better. We probably should have looked for some more bags of that ginger stuff. I don't know what he's talking about. Ask if she's nauseous, comment on her hand. Ask if she's nauseous. That happened in the normal version, didn't it? Or the previous route? Still feeling nauseous? Oh, yeah, it's gotten a little better, but I'm just exhausted, which doesn't help things. You know how it is. I do, but Christ, I'm really not equipped for this. I know first aid, I can stitch up a cut, but gastric distress is a bit beyond me. You think we should stop and rest? Nah, like it or not, we'll be stopping soon anyway. Braking would just waste gas. Right, the fuel. If everything wasn't so weird these days anyway, I'd call it suspicious that there was only a single tank's worth left. Not much we can do about that, though. Onward it is, then! Oh, no. Ugh. Do you ever wonder? Like, why us? How did we make it this far? And is it really such a good thing that we're still alive? Didn't I used to? Honestly, I try not to think so hard about stuff like that. If I stop to wonder what my own life was worth, it's a dangerous train of thought, I'll tell you that. Oh, and he already has such a low feeling of self-worth. Oh, Dustin. We're here, that's what matters. Despite it all, we're here and we're safe. The how and why of it is just garnish on the salad. You know, I didn't believe it at first. I mean, that we were really facing the apocalypse or whatever. I would just like to point out that when I was on Shelby's route, Dustin's words seemed very thoughtful and seemed very convincing. But when you see it from his eyes, it's more like he's trying to convince himself than Shelby, which is so intriguing. I mean, that we were facing the apocalypse or whatever. So the first couple of months, I just kept working, kept on like everything was fine. And then, listen, don't gotta answer me if you don't want to, but your old man, what happened? My dad? So he needed more beer, right? Of course he did, it was a deadbeat alcoholic. But they wouldn't even let him near one liquor store anymore, so he wandered off to another one. Just so happened that that part of town was infested. It took a while before I even noticed, since he wasn't really any different from usual. That's pretty pathetic, huh? But so was my dad. And in the end, I won't be doing much better. Great, now I feel like I want to puke. Hey, please don't say things like that, Shelby. One of us has to keep this up. Rest hand on hers, let her be. Rest hand on hers. I slide my right hand off the wheel. Oh, see? Her hand is resting by her leg, near the console, so I reach over. Comfort her, because I know she liked this. I thought she might pull away, but she doesn't. You're the only two people left that you know of. Her shoulders fall, and I think I hear her sigh. Wow. Her skin feels really cold. Yeah, she's dying, dude. Is that normal? Maybe because the window's open? Maybe it's because she's sick. He doesn't realize it. Oh, no. So, I assumed in Shelby's route that she was attacked by a zombie and that she was turning. Like, she was going to die in turn, but I'm not sure. Like, Dustin doesn't seem to assume that. Really wish I knew a bit more about medical shit right about now. Actually, if she had a fever, wouldn't she be hotter? I feel like that can't be normal. It's not even that cold in here. But we're still here, just remember that. Until that changes, there's still time. Things might not ever get any better. It'd be stupid to assume that they would. But while we're still breathing, there's hope. That's pretty cheesy, isn't it? Anyways, I'm sorry about that. About your dad, I mean. Even if you didn't get on with him, and I bet it must be hard losing someone that close to you. Well, yeah, I guess. It happened so fast, I'm still trying to come to terms with it. But wait, so, are we going to address this? I don't remember, but does this get addressed? Because, spoilers for the other route, she killed her dad when he was a zombie. He was a zombie, and she was happy to kill him. To end his, like, zombie existence, she was happy to do it. So I wonder if that's gonna get addressed. I wouldn't worry too much, there's no wrong way to feel. I guess I'm almost privileged. No one I care about has been around in a long while. I wonder if there's anyone else still out there. I wonder if they're stuck out here like this. I wonder if we'll ever know. Oh, man. Maybe I got a little ahead of myself. Maybe she'll still explain it. If the car's clock is set right, it's near 1 in the morning now. The road is as dead as it ever was, but somehow it feels even emptier. More sinister. Like all the shadows behind us are teaming up into a hungering mass, just waiting to swallow us whole. My eyes are getting heavier. We can't stop now, though. We've still got so much farther to go. Even if we... Hey, Dustin? There's something I need to tell you. She puts her hand to her stomach again. Latent instinct tells me to not take my eyes off the road, but I do it anyway to look at her. She looks real bad. Worse than I've seen yet. Yeah, man, it's not going well. She's going to die. A couple times she opens and shuts her mouth. Why do I have to have such a bad feeling about this? I should have said something before, but... I wanted to, but... I was scared. I'm still scared. Damn it. God damn it, I should have known it. He figured it out. I heard so much unreliable crap about the symptoms, but... I guess they weren't full of shit after all. He looks so angry now. Hey, stop. It's okay. But just keep calm, alright? We don't even really know how this all works, so maybe there's a way. Does it hurt? Not as much as I expected it to. I mostly just feel cold and hungry. What kind of hungry? What kind of hungry do you... Hungry for my human flesh? Hopefully not. That would be bad. You can knob on Dustin's beard. I'm not even sure if that has anything to do with being bitten. If it wasn't for this, I might just think I had just imagined it. I wish I was dreaming right now. I wish this wasn't reality. Fuck it all. I thought I was keeping it together. Don't do this to me, kid. How old is he? I swallow, but it doesn't make my throat any less dry. The corners of my eyes are burning. Careful there, remember that thing about wishes. Monkey's paw, right? I guess sitting in a car beats having customers or my manager yell at me. Silver lining. Retail? Almost as bad as zombies. Worse, probably. I try, but I can't muster up the will to laugh. Anyway, you should sleep if you want to. We'll probably be on this road for a while. Yeah, you're right. Will you wake me up if anything happens? Of course. And hey, gotta be somewhere better down the road, right? Better than back there, at any rate. Yeah, maybe there'll be even a station that plays both Alanis and ABBA. If there is or ever was a station like that out there, I'd love to hear it. Hell, I'd love to shake the hand of whoever was running it. This life's too short to not just do whatever the hell you want. But I guess it ain't the time to be waxing on that. I don't know how much longer this tank's gonna get us. Well, ain't much to do now but go until we can't anymore. The road is long and our course is true. Nowhere to run but forward. He likes to think so poetically, like it's so different from Shelby's route. And then, of course, I'm assuming, like in the other route, even though it was never shown, I'm assuming Shelby dies and turns. And we don't know what happens to Dustin. It's interesting to see what was going on in his head, because he was so comforting, and you kind of get this impression that he kind of had it together, but he didn't. He had no clue. He was just trying to put on air so that he could keep Shelby calm, so that he could comfort her. And so it was really interesting to see Dustin's side of that. But anyways, this has been the shadows that run alongside our car. If you want to see the other route, I'm going to leave a link to it in the description below. Man, like, I really like this, like, short little visual novel. It's very interesting. I feel like, Dustin's route didn't have as much character development as Shelby's did, or at least character depth, and so that's really interesting. But I really like this. I'm glad I revisited it. But, anyways, this has been the shadows that run alongside our car. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you liked this video, please hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thalion out! Yeah, brother! Yes! Everybody but you knew.
Why didn't you tell me?
Cause you're an asshole. This place is a fucking war zone, man. Even when I'm just trying to like calmly go and grab my own squares, not even bother anybody, suddenly there's people there shooting at me. How old was Dustin anyway? She's practically, how old? He looked really young. Like, what?